establishes committee to examine ambiguous aspects of tax reform bills. Lawyers drag finance minister, attorney general, CBN governor to court over illegal deductions from local government allocation. 32-year state development plan is realistic, says Governor Ododo. South Korean president faces impeachment after martial law debacle. And in sports, LGBTQ Guéhi writes another I love you Jesus message despite Football Association's warning. A very warm welcome to you. This is MLC TV Global News, reaching you live from the city of Lokoja, the confluent state of Nigeria. I am Gift Daniel. Thanks for joining. The Nigerian Senate has established a committee to examine the ambiguous aspects of the much debated tax reform bills and to provide a report to the full Senate prior to the public hearing on these bills. The committee is led by the minority leader, Senator Abba Moro, PDP Benue South. The development was announced by the Deputy Senate President, Barau Jibri, APC Kano North, during the plenary session on Wednesday. Barau, who presided over the meeting, noted that the existing controversy surrounding the bills and indicated that the committee is tasked with engaging in consultations with the Attorney General of the Federation, AGF, the executive branch, and other key stakeholders. On October 3rd, 2024, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu submitted 4 tax reform bills to the National Assembly, as communicated in a letter read by Senate President Godswill Akpabio and House of Representatives Speaker Tajuddin Abbas during separate sessions of the two chambers. Tinubu emphasized that the bills aim to strengthen Nigeria's fiscal institutions and align with his administration's broader developmental goals for the nation. However, there has been significant opposition to the bills from various groups, including governors, traditional rulers, civil society organizations, and some federal lawmakers. Additionally, Barau identified Senator Titus Zam, APC Benue Northwest, Orji Uzo Kalu, Abia North, Sani Musa, APC Niger East, and Abdullahi Yahaya, KB North, among others, as members of the committee. 2 lawyers, Onabe Ewo and Fayinga Jacob, have dragged President Bola Tinubu's finance minister, Wale Edun, and the Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation, Lateef Fagbemi, among others, to the Federal High Court to stop the illegal deductions of the local council monthly allocations. Others taken to court are the Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, the Registered Trustees of Association of Local Government of Nigeria, ALGON, Bello Lawal, President of ALGON, and Matan Nigeria Limited. In the lawsuit filed at the Federal High Court in the Abuja Judicial Division, the 2 lawyers, Onabe Ewo and Fayinga Jacob, are the first and second plaintiffs. The Finance Minister, Minister of Justice, and Attorney General of the Federation, Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, Registered Trustees of Associations of Local Government of Nigeria, ALGON, Bello Lawal, President of ALGON, and Matan Nigeria Limited, are the first to 6 defendants in the suit. Counsels to the plaintiffs, Ejumejowo, Jack Mrs. and Agbaragu Efizeno of the Ejumejowo and Associate Chamber, Abuja, had on behalf of the plaintiffs filed a lawsuit challenging what they call a faceless health centers contract worth over 85 billion naira across the 774 local government councils in the country. This was reportedly entered into by the leadership of the 4th defendant with the 5th defendant. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has introduced dedicated phone numbers and email addresses for Nigerians to report issues with accessing cash at bank branches or ATMs. This measure is part of ongoing efforts to improve cash availability across the country. The CBN recently instructed banks to ensure cash is easily accessible through ATMs and over-the-counter transactions. Banks that fail to comply with this directive risk facing penalties. To help monitor and address these issues, the Apex Bank has set up reporting channels for customers to share their experiences. Customers experiencing problems can report by providing details such as the bank name, the amount involved, the date, and the time of the incident. Reports can be submitted via phone calls or emails to specific CBN branch in the state where the issue occurred. Kogi State Governor Usman Ododo has reassured the people of ensuring that 2 years development plan of the state is realized based on an already established blueprint by his predecessor, Yahya Bello. Governor Ododo gave the assurance of his political willingness to build a state where all the state resources work for the people during the 2025 draft budget presentation to the State Assembly in Lokoja. Governor Ododo analyzed how he intends to channel the budget when approved by the Assembly to improve on all sectors of the economy and human development.
As part of our efforts to build a new and prosperous Kogi State, we have developed a 32-year state development plan with the theme Shared Hope and Prosperity. The document is a comprehensive roadmap designed to transform Kogi State into a thriving, inclusive, and sustainable economy. This long-term plan is anchored on 3 pillars. 1. Fostering prosperity, building resilience, and providing direction. By 2056, we envision Kogi as a state distinguished by her exceptional innovation, wealth and health, established on the foundation of peace, sustainable infrastructure, exemplary governance, with a confluence of opportunity for all her citizens. The plan, which has 5 overall goals, is divided into 3 phases, each with distinct objective and targets. Phase 1, 2024 to 2033, focuses on laying the foundation for growth with investment in critical infrastructure, human capital development, and economic diversification. Phase 2, 2034 to 2043. This builds on the foundation with a focus on accelerating economic growth, improving governance, and enhancing environmental sustainability. Phase 3, 2044 to 2056, concentrate on consolidating gains, promoting innovation, and ensuring that Kogi State remains a competitive and attractive destination for investors, tourists, and residents alike.
Commenting on the 2024 budget of consolidation, Governor Ododo said the objectives were largely met. He ruled out major achievements.
Our administration have recorded significant strides in various key sectors. We invested over 10 billion naira in agricultural sector to boost agricultural production and food security, create employment, and reduce inflation. Given the strategic approach to this intervention, we are confident it will continue to make positive impact on the lives of our good people. In the education sector, we prioritize quality learning experiences by executing several projects, including the construction and renovation of primary and secondary schools across the state. We have also paid wide fee for our students in public senior secondary school across the state, while significant investments are being made in our tertiary institutions through infrastructure development, staff welfare, and research. Our infrastructure development efforts have been very ambitious. We are constructing roads with street lights across the state to provide a safer and more convenient travel option for our citizens. Additionally, we have established basic health facilities, including free rural medical outreach program, as well as renovation of over 72 primary health care centers across the state. Rural communities across the state have also benefited from our electrification efforts, with many receiving transformers to boost electricity supply. Mr. Speaker, I must place on record that I am glad and fulfilled that the quest to achieve financial autonomy for the 3 arms of government in the state has been fully realized. to ensure every arm is able to perform its function effectively and efficiently for the overall good of the state. As you are aware, our administration commenced the implementation of 72,500 minimum wage to civil servants in October 2024, and we are happy that with our collective support, Kogi State was one of the first states across the country to commence the implementation of the new minimum wage. We are very hopeful that the enhanced salary for civil servants will not only find expression in the quality of service delivery, but will have a multiplier effect on the state economy and positively impact the quality of life of our people.
In conclusion, the 2025 appropriation bill of over 592 billion naira tagged budget of all-inclusive development will immensely benefit the entire populace, and the state will become a haven for all. In response to the growing security concerns in Osara and its surrounding areas, the Kogi State government has ordered the immediate closure of Zango market and banned the roadside parking of trucks in the vicinity. These measures are aimed at preventing a potential security crisis in the area. Commissioner for Information and Communications, Kingsley Fanwo, stated that intelligence reports indicate that criminals have been using the market as a hideout, often in collaboration with some truck drivers who park along the roadside. This situation poses a significant security threat to the Confluence University of Science and Technology, Osara, and the broader Osara community. To ensure strict compliance, the state government has given market operators and truck drivers a 1-week grace period starting today to adhere to these directives. After this period, enforcement will be fully implemented. Ododo, the governor of Kogi State, has directed the secretary to the government of Kogi State to officially communicate this order to all relevant parties, including law enforcement agencies, to ensure seamless compliance. Additionally, the governor has tasked the Office of the State Security Advisor with overseeing security operations in the affected areas during and after the grace period. The Kogi State government reassures residents of its unwavering commitment to safeguarding their lives and property. Proactive measures will continue to be taken to ensure that criminal activities are eradicated, leaving no room for lawlessness in the state. Ahead of the yellow tide season, men of the underworld have been on rampage in Kababonu local government area as the newly elected councillor representing Ododo ward in Kababonu Legislative Council, Alaba Moses, aka Okpe, and 8 people were kidnapped overnight at their various communities. An eyewitness who didn't want his name in print confirmed that the kidnappers struck between 1 and 2 a.m., shooting sporadically to scare people around and kidnapped their victims. He said the people of Ododo are now living in fear, not knowing who will be the next victim, adding that an 18-passenger bus was ambushed around the area and all in the bus were kidnapped. He further confirmed that 5 Gwari, 2 Barsa, and 1 Silas in Agbadu were all kidnapped overnight in the area, calling on the security agencies and state governments to help in protecting their lives, properties, and also secure the release of those kidnapped. It will be recalled that kidnapping cases have been recorded lately in the local government as the 2 brothers kidnapped on their family land located in Aluju, in Kanku, and the other 3 in Ododo for over 9 days now are still in their den. The Kwara State government has sanctioned a school teacher accused of assaulting a female National Youth Service Corps member at Government Day Junior Secondary School, Kulende, Ilorin. In a joint statement issued on Wednesday by the Commissioner for Education and Human Capital Development, Sadatu Modibo, and the Executive Chairman of the Kwara State Teaching Service Commission, Tawhid Abubakar, the government announced the demotion and transfer of the teacher involved. The incident occurred last Thursday when the corps member visited the school to collect her clearance letter. She was reportedly assaulted and stripped by some teachers for allegedly failing to greet them properly. A statement from the press secretary of the Teaching Service Commission, Bola Onile, stated the investigative panel found Hamzat Nike guilty of fighting on duty, using foul language, insubordination, and disrespecting the national identity represented by the corps members' uniform. Now on crime. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has finally revealed that the 753 duplex estate in Abuja is tied to Godwin Emefiele, the former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, and his cronies, including one Ifeanyi Omeke. The estate, situated in the Lokongoma district, Abuja, covers over 150,000 square meters and was allegedly acquired using funds obtained through foreign exchange kickbacks and other illegal activities during Emefiele's tenure. Court documents filed by the EFCC detailed how Emefiele used 3 companies to pay 2.2 billion naira for the property, originally intended for a mass housing project. Investigators traced the funds to proceed of fraud and abuse of office, claiming the money came from kickbacks he received from contractors and businesses desperate for foreign exchange allocations. The EFCC also accused Omeke of facilitating the purchase and securing title documents for several properties linked to Emefiele. The commission discovered the property during an investigation that included a search of Omeke's office, where documents related to the estate were found. Using survey data from the Abuja Geographical Information Systems, the EFCC identified and inspected the property in September 2024. The estate has reportedly been abandoned since Emefiele's arrest in 2023, with only a guard left to maintain it. On December 2, 2024, the FCT High Court in Akpo ordered the permanent forfeiture of the estate to the federal government following an earlier interim forfeiture order issued in November. According to the EFCC, no individual or entity came forward to contest the forfeiture, which was advertised in the national newspaper. The EFCC described the seizure as its largest single asset recovery since its establishment. The agency maintained that the funds used to acquire the estate were not legitimate earnings but proceeds from corruption, kickbacks, and abuse of office. Emefiele is currently facing multiple criminal cases in various courts across the country, including allegations of fraud involving billions of naira and dollars. The EFCC stated that its investigations into the former CBN governor and his associates are ongoing, and more properties suspected to have been acquired through illicit funds may be uncovered. We go on a short break. We will be right back. Please stay with us.
MLC TV Online is here. For your timely and reliable news that reaches you fast with the breaking news, choose MLC TV. Get human interest stories right here on MLC TV with entertainment, sports, business, culture, tourism, and fashion news stories all featured on MLC TV. Not forgetting political and current affairs news, state and federal government and people's matters will be discussed regularly on MLC TV. MLC TV, your one-stop online destination for unbiased, accurate news, entrepreneur ideas, and youth matters to the rest of the world. MLC TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone.
Welcome back. Thanks, you are still there. The Ado-Ekiti Magistrate Court has denied bail to Dele Farotimi, a prominent human rights lawyer who is facing charges related to cybercrime. Farotimi was arrested following a petition from well-known legal figure Afe Babalola. Farotimi was accused of publishing false statements in his book, Nigeria and its Criminal Justice System, which is said to have tarnished Babalola's reputation. According to the charges, Farotimi's book, which was widely circulated, contained damaging claims against Babalola and his law firm. In particular, the book accused Babalola and other lawyers of influencing the Supreme Court in a corrupt manner. The court argued that these statements, which were allegedly false, could cause public fear, harm reputations, and disturb the peace. The charges listed in the legal suit include defamation and criminally publishing false information with the intent to harm. The court also referenced sections of the Criminal Code Act, which criminalized making statements that can damage someone's character or cause harm to their reputation. The court decided to deny Farotimi's request for bail, remanding him in prison. The case has been adjourned until December 10, 2024 for further proceedings. One David Emmanuel was arrested when operatives of the Akwa Ibom State Police Command busted a gun manufacturing factory operated by his father and his brothers, where they fabricated different kinds of firearms in the state. The State Commissioner of Police, Joseph Eribo, disclosed this on Monday while briefing journalists on the command's achievements in fighting crime and parading criminal suspects arrested for various crimes at different locations in the state in Uyo, the state capital. He said the gun factory was busted based on credible information, adding that the operatives responded swiftly and stormed the factory, arresting one suspect while others escaped. He listed the items recovered to include 7 newly made single-barrel guns, 5 newly made double-barrel guns, 1 special steel double-trigger pistol, 1 broken single-barrel gun, 1 trigger handle walking stick knife, several cut iron pipes used for constructing gun barrels. Eribo, who said efforts were ongoing to arrest the fleeing suspects, also disclosed the arrest of a suspected child trafficker who made away with 5 children from one mother. The suspect, one Promise Boniface, was arrested at Ibiono, and 5 children rescued on hot and reunited with their parents. The motorcycle used by the suspects in committing the crime was recovered. Next on our foreign news. The British government is set to deport popular pastor Tobi Adegboyinka to Nigeria after losing his case against deportation at the Immigration Tribunal. UK government has shut down his church, Spark Nation, after investigations exposed the misuse of funds by the church leadership. It was gathered that the UK authorities closed the church after Adegboyinka failed to properly account for more than €1.87 million of outgoings and operating with a lack of transparency. However, according to the Telegraph, an immigration tribunal ruled that he should be deported back to Nigeria after investigations. After arriving on a visitor's visa in 2005, Adegboyinka has lived in the UK unlawfully ever since. In 2019, the pastor applied for leave to remain under ECHRS rights to a family life, and his application was initially dismissed by a first-tier immigration tribunal before he appealed. Having been married to a British woman, the pastor claimed deportation would breach his rights under the European Convention of Human Rights to a family life and failed to consider his community work with Spark. His legal team described him as a charismatic community leader of a large, well-organized church who had intervened in the lives of many hundreds of young people, predominantly from the black communities in London, to lead them away from trouble. Politicians, including former Prime Minister Boris Johnson and senior figures within the Metropolitan Police, had lauded his work, he claimed, but no testimony by them was submitted to the court. However, the Home Office contended all is not as it seems and dragged him before an immigration tribunal. South Korean lawmakers submitted a bill on Wednesday to impeach President Yoon Suk-yeol after he declared martial law and reversed the move hours later, triggering a political crisis in Asia's fourth largest economy. The surprise declaration of martial law in the major US ally late on Tuesday caused a standoff with Parliament, which rejected Yoon's attempt to ban political activity and censor the media as armed troops forced their way into the National Assembly building in Seoul. The main opposition Democratic Party, DP, called for Yoon, who had been in office since 2022, to resign for face impeachment. 6 South Korean opposition parties later submitted a bill in Parliament to impeach Yoon, with voting set for Friday or Saturday. The Defense Ministry said there were deep divisions in Yoon's ruling People Power Party as well, as its leader called for Defense Minister Kim Yong-hun to be fired and the entire cabinet to resign. Kim has offered to resign. Yoon told the nation in a television speech late on Tuesday that martial law was needed to defend the country from pro-North Korean anti-state forces and protect the free constitutional order, although he cited those specific threats. Chaotic scenes ensued as troops tried to seize control of the parliament building, although they stood back when parliamentary aides sprayed them with fire extinguishers while protesters curved with police outside. The military said activities by parliament and political parties would be banned, and that media and publishers would be under the control of the martial law command. A Russian tourist has died in Thailand after a huge wave swept her off a rock at a popular cliffside viewpoint, according to authorities in the Southeast Asian country. Police on the island of Koh Samui Kamila said Bayatskaya, 24, was last seen by witnesses Friday as she sat on a yoga mat at the coastal beauty spot before she was engulfed by the wave and dragged out to sea. Video circulating on social media and shared by local news outlets showed Bayatskaya struggled against the rough currents. Witnesses said she was seen in water for about 15 minutes and then disappeared. Police added a foreign male tourist who jumped into the water after Bayatskaya was unable to save her. The next day, Bayatskaya's body was found at a beach around a kilometer (0.6 miles) from the popular Ladko lookout. The circumstances surrounding the moments leading to her death remain unclear. A law enforcement official has confirmed that the CEO of United Healthcare was shot and killed in Midtown Manhattan. Brian Thompson was walking toward the New York Hilton Hotel in Midtown Manhattan, dressed in a suit and tie, to attend the United Healthcare conference being held in Ballroom. A gunman who investigators said was waiting for some time before Thompson's arrival opened fire from 20 feet away, firing multiple times, striking Thompson. The 50-year-old was shot in the chest and was taken to Mount Sinai Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Details on the circumstances are not immediately clear, but investigators said it appears to be a targeted shooting. According to NYPD, no arrest has been made and the investigation is ongoing. Thompson was named Chief Executive Officer for United Healthcare in April 2021. United Healthcare is part of United Health Group, ranked 5th in the Fortune 500, according to the company. Next is Sport Update. Crystal Palace captain Mark Guéhi is under scrutiny from the Football Association after writing another Jesus Loves You on his rainbow armband during a match against Ipswich Town on Tuesday. The England international has similarly inscribed I Love You Jesus on his armband in the previous game against Newcastle, prompting the FA to remind Guéhi and his club of regulations prohibiting religious messages under Rule A4. Despite the warning, he repeated the gesture against Ipswich, adding a heart symbol instead of the word love. The FA is investigating the incident, with reports suggesting that Guéhi could face disciplinary action, including a possible suspension. And from my entertainment desk, Ed Sheeran will be first ever Western artist to perform in Bolton. He has won multiple Grammys and ranked up 9 Billboard top 10 hits, but musician Ed Sheeran will soon add another trophy to his collection, becoming the first ever Western artist to perform a concert in Bolton. On January 24, 2025, the British singer-songwriter will perform at Changley Mithang Stadium in Bolton's capital of Thimphu. Kuzuzampola, Sheeran said in an Instagram post announcing the Bolton concert. That means hello in the country's Zongha language, and added that he has heard wonderful things about Bolton, a landlocked Buddhist monarchy of about 700,000 people. Bolton began slowly opening to the world in 1970s. Travelers who wish to visit are charged a $100 per day fee as part of the country's high-value, low-impact tourism model, with the money embarked for supporting Bhutanese public education and healthcare. Despite its location between China and India, Bhutan keeps a low international profile. Birthday greetings from Matthias Ayodeji Peter. Wishing the CEO Sultan and Son Homes Limited, Jimo Onimisi Hassan, a day filled with love, laughter, and all his favorite things as he clocked a year older today. And this is where we wrap it up on today's news. For more information or contributions and advert placements, please call the numbers displayed on your screen. Join us daily to watch our news and other exciting programs that will brighten your day. You can also subscribe to all our social media handles to watch our previous and subsequent programs. We are Malachite TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone. Please be your brothers and sisters keeper to build a happier and better society together. I am Gift Daniel. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.